Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Salute to Industry. This is a unique one because I have my co-host, Alex O'Neill, in studio today, which is a rarity. Normally it's Alex herself or it's myself doing something, but we love the moments when we can get together and, collaborate. So thank you for being here. And welcome to our guest. Today we're featuring the Freedom Learning Group. There's a lot of things for us to dive into and unpack. And, we like to, here at Salute to Industry, spotlight organizations like themselves and businesses in the community, either working for veterans and providing services like themselves. So let's dive in, Elizabeth. I know we have a short time with you today. Let's start off by introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the company.
Awesome. Well, thank you everyone for asking us to join you today as well. I have such a wonderful relationship with VetJobs and MSCCN and just really leaders of industry and folks that have pushed in support of our veterans and military spouses and creating passive economic opportunity. And I was on a meeting today and I was looking around and I was like, God, every time I come to a meeting, there are such great people in the room. And it just pulls so much energy every time I'm with Deb, et cetera, and all the great folks surrounding and doing such great work, honestly, around the globe on behalf of this military population. So Freedom Learning Group is an educational content courseware curriculum development company. What does that mean?
That's a mouthful.
We'll get it down to a bit shorter at some point. But basically, we build content or curriculum in support of publishers, universities, or corporate America. So like learning and development, any of the short courses you see on like LinkedIn or Google based around certificates. There's probably some of us doing that work behind the scenes. But I think the best part about Freedom Learning Group, and there's so many good parts, and why I was attracted to go there, right? Like I thought I had the job of a lifetime at Hiring Our Heroes, leading the spouse program. And then I realized I could go to a for-profit and grow a company that was Marine Corps family founded and honestly put as many veterans and spouses as we wanted to work, depending on how we grow it. But the great part behind the scenes is our last mile training, where we take folks, they're already experts in something and they just need one more piece of skilling. And we put them through the process of becoming instructional designers or project managers. And on the outside and in other companies, you'd see where companies would turn those folks and hand them off to other companies. We keep them in-house and they go to work for our clients. And so it's just this great cycle of progress and flexibility. And I think that's the key part.
That's great. So that's what I was reading on the website. So that's where you've built this network, then global network of people within our community, and you're just growing the project basis. So you just keep adding, upskilling, as you go with people and, furthering their skill sets, their careers, and giving them more opportunities around the globe. That's amazing. That's great work. Let's dive off here for a second, because there's a lot to unpack inside of that. And before we do, I've got to ask Amy this burning question. What is a chief people officer?
Good question.
That is a great question. Well, first and foremost, it's, in my opinion, the best role, because I get to interact with every individual within the company, whether they're full-time, part-time, contractor. So, a little bit about my role. I work on HR efforts, recruitment efforts, workforce development, overall company culture, and the last mile training that Liz talked about. So that's kind of all encompassing under the chief people officer role. And every day is exciting and different.
That does sound like a pretty good role to be in. So congratulations for being there. This question could either go for Elizabeth or Amy, if you guys want to talk about some of the opportunities that you guys have within your company.
And we're going to take that one to Amy.
Yes,
absolutely. So we have over 50 different opportunities right now. And that changes, on an hourly basis. We're constantly posting additional opportunities. They are all project-based. So we're looking for subject matter experts in a range of disciplines. Accounting, IT security, web developers, iOS, AWS, video development, plus project managers to help really guide these projects, and instructional designers. We are looking for graphic designers as well. It really runs the gamut. I mean, those are just a few of the opportunities that we have right now. But, as I mentioned, it is changing on an hourly basis. So the best thing to do is to visit our careers page on our website and follow us on all of our social channels. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. We post all of our new positions in real time on those channels as well.
Well, this is why we do these interviews, because I did not know this stuff myself, and I feel like I'm pretty involved in the veteran space and the military spouse space, and I'm like, okay, well, this is all news to me. And again, why we're doing this for the audience members out there too. And now I get the connection with Instant Teams and what we're doing with you guys on May 6th. That's kind of unfolding a little bit more for me as we talk a little bit more about this. This is great. So just to recap real quick for our audience members listening, this is going to be available to obviously military spouses. That's where it was born with. But service members, veterans, all in the community. What about dependents? Just a question mark.
Absolutely.
We want them all. If you fit the project, we want to put you to work.
That's great. Now, how you guys do training? You bring people in. Are there like exact matches you're looking for? What's the process of connecting them to a project? Is there a vetting process somebody has to go through? Can you walk us through that a little bit so people understand a little bit better?
I'll take that one, Liz. And certainly you can add on. So if you go to our careers page on our website, regardless of if you feel like you're a good fit for one of our open projects, you can fill out a talent profile. And that's just where you put in everything about yourself, any sort of teaching, learning and development experience. You can link work samples there, your resume. And then once you've filled out that profile, you are in our talent community. And the recruitment team, if they look up a skill set that matches your profile for a new project, we'll proactively reach out to individuals too. But certainly, once you fill out a talent profile, you can go and apply for specific positions. But the key component there is just fill out the profile regardless of the openings. And we will set up a proactive interview to get to know you. Dig in a little deeper into your background and your experience. We may even put you through that last mile training program. So then that way, once we do have a position that you're the perfect fit for, you are ready to go day one and you've already gone through that training.
Now, Alex is going to get into a little bit here about what's coming up with our Girls and Spouse Nation. And I just wanted to kind of dive in a little bit deeper because as the more I learn, I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So you guys are a great fit for what we got going on too, as far as the upskilling. So we could be a great referral partner. And I don't know the extent of like how many layers in we're working with you guys. We focus on the comm side of the house, right?
Right.
And obviously, Elizabeth, you're on the advisory committee. So we're all in different areas doing different things. So it's nice to mind meld here a little bit and get this out to the audience in the world. And, this will live out there in the ether of our community. So again, just going to focus in on this a little bit more because it's so specific to what people are going through now that we see. We see thousands of people looking for work right now. Oftentimes, they don't have the criteria. A lot of people are upskilling and reskilling in our systems. We do a little bit of training as well. And we see a lot of people transitioning and just taking a lot of training. They're in in-depth training process right now and really trying to move into different things. Is there low-hanging fruit? What if I'm not a great fit, for something I want to get into? Do you guys do training, like say cybersecurity or website design? Maybe I'm not a great designer. Are there low-hanging fruits to get me involved and stuff like that? Or are you really looking for, the talent out there, somebody who's a polished designer, for that as an example?
I think it's honestly case by case and project by project. But I think there's a few things to unpack there, especially, that we were launched originally to serve military spouses, 92% female. Oftentimes women opt out if they don't feel like they fit 100% of that position description. And so it's really important, in my opinion, as you come to our page, that even if you don't check every block, go ahead and apply, because there's going to be an opportunity, most likely, if you have X amount or percentage of it. And then we're going to put you through the training process and fill in those gaps. So we're always looking for people who are those subject matter experts. And not kidding, we hire people who have expertise on crane operation, right? Because that needs curriculum built all the way on up to some of the pieces that Amy was referencing. But we're always going to set people up for success. We have some one-off projects, right, where you'll see very technical skills are required. And some of those we can't plug in and you have to come to the table. But where we can be of service is we have, like with you guys, very intentionally built out partnerships across the United States of America, because we can't be all things to everybody, and neither can you guys.
As much as we try, right?
Right? But we can be great connectors. And so if we know we're going to win a ton of work on AWS or on Microsoft systems, we're going to go build out those partnerships with the academies that are training those folks, so that we can then bring them in and place them into our pipeline to actually go to work. Because there's nothing worse than getting upskilled, retrained, et cetera, in a certification program and not having somewhere to go to work. So in my mind, it's just a big, it's a big circle across the country, from nonprofits to small business to big business funding fellowships. But together, there's a lot that we're going to be able to accomplish.
Very fluid, sounds like. Yeah, you guys are very, as the projects roll in, and then you scale up as necessary. So I get that. Thank you for expanding upon that.
Yeah, so Elizabeth, you guys have an event coming up with our Spouse Nation ladies on May 6th. Would you mind talking a little bit about that and what's going to go on exactly?
Yeah, I would love to. I think it's going to be we're bringing together some of the best and brightest minds of folks that have created innovative solutions to put people into jobs in remote locations, right? So that you can do it in the comfort of your home, or, maybe Hawaii over the summer, whatever works for you. But what's important to understand is that so many of these women that are coming to the table that day, they were inspired to create these organizations based on challenges that he or she were facing at the time. And so they were built to be successful. And when I think about Freedom Learning Group and what Stacy and Nathan launched based on their time in Germany, right, building this solution, we've always been remote. There are intricacies that go into that. You have to have a great backbone of technology to function on a daily basis. How do you build great teams when nobody's ever in the same place? So I think as we go into this event in May, which I can't believe it's May already, there's going to be a lot of great information put forward on how to thrive and how to find a path forward into remote work. And also, do we plant a seed for entrepreneurship as well, which we're seeing more and more people come to the table as an opportunity for a path to economic opportunity.
Don, go ahead.
I just feel remiss that I've never looked into you guys. I've known the name. I've seen your face on it because I built the websites. I just feel bad that I've never really taken the time to really look over there, because this is amazing. This is great. I think this is a great resource for our community. We're going to do more about getting the word out about what you guys are doing from our end and our perspective of bringing light. And I'm glad that we could have today to sit and do this. What was the website? Where's the URL that somebody should go? I'll drop the link in here real quick as well.
It's freedomlearninggroup.com. There you go.
There you go. Perfect.
We've got banners. Woo! Yes. All right. Short and sweet. That's all we really have for today. We really wanted to highlight. I think that was a very great in-depth, visit with you guys. Is there, for someone listening out there, please go to freedomlearninggroup.com. Today is April 22nd. We got May 6th event coming up with Spouse Nation and the Freedom Learning Group. Erica McManus of Instant Teams. We'll be plugging that on the social channels. And for those following after May 6th, please go to the website over here and touch base with these wonderful team over here. They're doing great things. I might go over there and put my name in the hat.
Hey, we're waiting. We'll take it.
Any last words you want to wrap up with?
Well, head on over to freedomlearninggroup.com. Also take a moment to connect with us on LinkedIn, and also reach out to our Director of Recruiting, Melissa Sanderson, as well on LinkedIn. And you can find us on there, connect, ask questions, and come work for us. We're a flexible remote environment. I can't imagine a better situation.
That's amazing. Perfect. Thank you very much, ladies, for your time today. Elizabeth, Amy, we very much appreciate your time, and we're going to end.
Thank you, guys. All right. Thanks so much for joining us for another edition of Salute to Industry.
Absolutely. And to register for services and learn more about other employment opportunities, visit us on the web at vetjobs.org/jobs for veterans. Take care, everybody.